So we LS swapped this dually a little over a year ago, I think, but it blew up and the transmission blew up, which is under tools, and I didn't feel like doing it again. I wanted something different. I almost put an LS back in it, and then, like I said, I wanted something different. So we're going with this. I'm pretty sure the ad said it was a DT466 or it came out of a 4. I'm not sure, but it's a DT408 with a Allison 545 automatic behind it. Soon this will be in there, and I've got a pretty good idea of how I'm going to do it, but I'm not exactly sure. But now, stick the wheelbarrow part in there and try to weld it. We've got to get some of this heat shielding and insulation out of here so that I can cut out more.
Oh wow, that works.
All right, we ready?
Yep.
Ah, and onward. Whoa. 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 Loose, John. Get it. That's right. My asshole.
Where's the scotch?
Huh?
Fuck!
Run it over.
I would like to state that I'm not the smartest human to ever grace this planet.
Nor am I.
We pushed this over here and then realized we did it backwards.
Those of you car freaks will notice
That end is supposed to go that way.
Yes, what you said. So now we gotta turn it around.
I want to die.
I'm not a weak person. This just sucks. Why did I pick this engine? I don't know. This was such a bad idea. We're almost there. I have an idea. Oh! Ah! Oh! Should we have come at this from the side? Or like at an angle?
A few moments later.
Oh! Wheel broke. That's why I fell. Oh no! Fantastic failure! Sweet! Dude! That's sick!
Carefully.
Carefully! We're going on that, boys. Oh!
Success.
Whee!
All right, so we're going to explain why you're seeing the truck here in the farm's junkyard rather than at the shop. So I may be a little bit shitty at making videos and either forgot or otherwise something happened and I just didn't get to make videos No SD cards, SD cards were full, whatever happened. We were also trying to get ready for the rumble, because that wasn't happening at the time. Like, there was no way we were going to make it, and then there was a way, and then the starter died. So probably a good thing we didn't take this thing to the rumble, but hey. Everything was fine on it. I would love to start it for you today and give you a demo of it driving and everything right now, but the starter died, or the alternator died. I gotta take it to the rebuild shop and have it redone. Anyway, a little bit of information about this thing now that I know a lot more about it, and we're at the end of the build. The DT408 is a fantastic engine for school buses. I think they came in medium duty semi trucks. I'm fairly certain about that. It's been a while since I looked at that. I'm pretty sure though. Great thing about them is for 92 to 94 or 91 to 94, I can't remember which, they had the Bosch P pump, just like the 12 valve, or well, some of the 12 valve. Some of them have the other VE or something, or V pump. I can't remember. Anyway, so that means you can turn these up pretty good. There have been people, I'm told, that put compound turbos on these things and take them to tractor pulls. I haven't seen that myself, but in the information that I've found about them and from what I've been told, that happens. I'm not going to claim to know anything. So the battery's seen better days. I hooked it up wrong because I'm not good at wiring. I hooked the starter, well, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I hooked the starter up backwards a little bit. Not backwards, but like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not a wiring guy. It's the same dashboard that you know and love from the LS swap, aside from the gauge cluster. I want to go into depth on how the engine and transmission got in there, what ended up happening to get them mounted, what we had to do to get the drive shaft done and everything. And I'll go more into detail on that at a later date, but for right now, all you need to know is there are 2 engine mounts up here at the front. There will be 2 more back there at the bell housing, which you won't be able to see because of the shitty doghouse, which I also need to address. So this is the hood from the white 97 Suburban that I owned twice. We ended up having to cut the wheelbarrow up because it was only like 5 inches deep at the top. And the engine sticks in to about right there. So we have maybe 1 inch of clearance or so at the top of the doghouse here. So you might be able to see down in there, there's a steel plate connected to a stock style Chevy motor mount. And then on the other side is the same thing. There's a plate on the other side of that, of the clamshell, that has the rubber engine mount that has been filled with urethane rubber, and the plate will get welded to the frame. For right now, it's just holding it in place via tension, I suppose. There's a cross member that runs under the back end of the transmission, which will also get a mount, I think. I'm not quite sure yet. Still time to decide. This is still the Allison AT545 that I bought with the engine, and I paid $1,100 for the whole drivetrain. The guy had 2 ads up, I guess. I found the older of the 2 where he had marked it down to 12 and negotiated him down to 11. And I'm glad I did that because it ended up turning my trailer into a salad bowl. Like, you can look at the deck and see where the engine was in the middle of it. It sunk the cross members, and 2 of the cross members in the middle right over top of the axles. Yeah, everything's holding up pretty good. I've not had any significant breakdowns yet. The only problems are wiring, which if anybody knows anyone who's willing to rewire an entire truck for monetary compensation and do it 100% correctly, I would appreciate that, because I'm not good at it. So far we only have 1 tank cleaned out and converted to diesel. The other tank still has gasoline in it, so I have to unhook it and use an electric fuel pump to get the gasoline out. But that will happen very soon because I don't want to drive with one tank to the Rumble. Oh, another thing that people have asked me about, so far the new drivetrain is geared about the same as the old drivetrain, but it's like, I think the LS revs out at like 6,000 RPM or something like that. This does like 2,800 or 2,600. I can't remember exactly, but either way, top speed is about 65 miles an hour on flat or uphill. It really doesn't care either way. Downhill is about 80 if you're brave, and that's going to change with the transmission. I'm planning on putting an MT643 in it, really souping this thing up with the gearing, because the rear end needs to be re-geared from 410 to 373. Transmission needs redone. I do not want to rock a 545 the entire time. That is going to be hell. But that's one question I've been asked. Another question, what's going on with the front suspension? So it's completely unmodified. Those are, if you'll be able to see it, I replaced the ball joints, I replaced the tie rod ends, the pitman arm, the idler arm. So it's all new front end components, just the same old stuff, really, all stock style, nothing really fancy about it. The coil springs there are gonna have some airbags inserted inside of them, and hopefully that will lift the front end back to where it needs to be, because right now it's a little bit lower. I don't know if you'll be able to notice from the first part of the video to this part of the video. Oh, speaking of which, we hired an editor. We don't make any money off these videos. None of them are monetized. We haven't reached that point yet to be able to monetize any videos, but YouTube videos just weren't happening because the editing was such a pain in the ass for me. I just hated it. And then Bob's busy, and Joe asked me to teach him how to edit, to be fair, but I live in Limestone. We work in Johnson City. After all the driving and working on stuff and everything, sometimes you just don't have time. That, and I would have to bring a PC over there, bring him over here, and then you got to spend hours and everything. We'll do that later, and Lewis is supposed to teach me how to edit, which is going to help a lot, because I'm not that good at it. I'm sure you can look at the older videos and say, oh, yeah, you're right, for once. But anyway, if you guys have any questions about this thing, put it in the comments. We've posted it on Facebook. We've posted it on, I can't remember what else. I posted it on a couple things, and people seem to like it. By the way, to those of you who have said Mad Max, just know that if each of you gave me $1, I could probably pay for the whole swap. And I'm not kidding. At this point, it's been so many that I honestly could probably pay for the swap. I'll have to go back and count them. Just kidding, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, that's the whole truck. If you like this and want to see more things like it, because Bob is going to Frankenstein something here in the future, I'm not going to reveal anything about it, what it's going in, what it is, because we don't have the parts yet. It's just a baby of an idea that he's had, and I'm trying to help with. So if you want to see more stuff like this, or that maybe finally get done, or that, or maybe something happened with one of those two, I don't know. Those are here on the priority list. Everything else is, you know, way further up. If you want to see things happen with different projects, this, more garbage, like and subscribe. I don't like telling you to do that, but statistically you're more likely to do it after I tell you. Thanks for watching.